Alex Station already had 35 volumes of material on bin Laden, consisting mostly of transcripts of telephone conversations that had been sucked up by the electronic ears of the National Security Agency. Coleman found the material repetitive and inconclusive. Still, he opened an intelligence case on bin Laden, largely as a placeholder in case the Islamist financier turned out to be something more than that. Like many agents, Dan Coleman had been trained to fight the Cold War. He joined the FBI as a file clerk in 1973. Scholarly and inquisitive, Coleman was naturally drawn to counterintelligence. In the 1980s, he concentrated on recruiting communist spies in the populist diplomatic community surrounding the United Nations. An East German attaché was a particular treasure. In 1990, however, when the Cold War had just ended, he found himself on a squad devoted to Middle Eastern terrorism. There was little in his background that prepared him for this new turn, but that was true of the Bureau as a whole, which regarded terrorism as a nuisance, not a real threat. It was difficult to believe in those cloudless days after the fall of the Berlin Wall that America had any real enemies still standing. Then, in August 1996, bin Laden declared war on America from a cave in Afghanistan. The stated cause was the continued presence of U.S. forces in Saudi Arabia 5 years after the first Gulf War. "Terrorizing you while you are carrying arms in our land is a legitimate right and a moral obligation," he stated. He presumed to speak on behalf of all Muslims, and even directed some of his lengthy fatwa to U.S. Secretary of Defense William Perry personally. "I say to you, William, that these youths love death as you love life. These youths will not ask you for explanations. They will sing out that there is nothing between us that needs to be explained. There is only killing and neck-smiting."